Welcome back to the Flow of Life Tarot. We are here still working with this theme of the cards of the many paths. You may have seen the original video, and then I've done a few follow-up videos with that, or you may have just come here directly. You can check out those other videos as well if you feel called to. We're going in depth further with each of these cards, and thank you for being here. Thanks for your presence. Thank you for your likes and subscriptions, and do feel free to comment, to share, and there'll be more coming out for you as well soon. So with this one, I'm repeating myself in case you haven't seen the others. We were looking at the flow of your path. You've been doing the light, shadow, masculine, feminine integration work. Okay, and this solar disc is celebrating this. You're at this place now of many paths ahead of you, and you're preparing to be fully in your flow. And I think, yeah, okay, and then we got the Gatherer was the bonus card that came out with the flow card. And there's this progression, 20 to 21, 6 to 7. So, isn't that funny? That just caught in my throat. In this one, actually, I've just, right, change of plan. We're going to look at exactly what this kind of shadow work, light work is that you've been doing, why it's necessary, and what you need to know about it. Because, see, the Two of Swords, she goes inwards in order to access her intuition and bypass, or, go beyond that thinking mind. Because you're going to have to call forth the lessons from this that you carry forward. So it's definitely worth looking at this vision quest. Just going to give this a quick shuffle. Got all sorts flipping over. But I'm going to do the foundational 4 card cuts as well. Just wanted to shake the energy because I had been planning something else, but this is what we're going with. It's like we have to just take a moment to reflect and look back before we can really get going and go forwards, which is what just happened with me. And I was planning one particular read, and I've just been redirected to say, right, let's just take a look at where you've been. Right, we're going to be cutting the deck. So, 7 of Swords, Queen of Cups. You've dealt with some shady BS, and it's been emotionally taxing, but you got there. You got through it. You know how to navigate this now, and you know how to spot the red flags. Oh, there's any red flags there. I don't know, that's actually green, but maybe black. Okay. You also know how to navigate the hardship and difficulties of rejection, abandonment, being excluded, the lack, poverty mentality, and just general hard times and the emotional burden of going through that as well. You know how to go through that, and as such, you are now a queen of your emotions. Okay, and we see this going from Queen of Cups to Temperance. So not just embodying your emotional intelligence and the divine feminine, but also the angelic aspect of self, the soul self, that is this constant process of refinement and distillation. So you've been purifying these old generational patterns, 5 generations back, 50,000 generations back. God, I don't know. I don't know if we can go back that far. This is the work you've been doing. Yeah. And that's why you've gone up another level. That's why you're stepping into a new paradigm. That's why you're recalibrating and going through another awakening process. Often we kind of view these things as like a one-time done and that's it, but really it is a gradual process, much like temperance, the awakening process is. So what I'm hearing here is sort of confirmation from Spirit that you've dealt with 7 of Swords, very challenging betrayals, manipulations, sneaky behavior, some really shoddy behavior, experiences, relationships, interactions with people, and you've managed to navigate that with grace, the grace of the Queen of Cups. And you've also dealt with the poverty, the abandonment, the exclusion, the ridicule that can come with the 5 of Pentacles, and really being down and out and downcast. And you've also navigated that with grace, even if you don't feel like it, even if you feel like you stumbled and falled and fell and made an idiot of yourself. This Spirit saying, in divine eyes, you've handled it with the grace of the Queen of Cups. And there's an emotional maturity there that you've been blessed with as a natural result of having navigated all these very challenging experiences. And then we got the 5 of Pentacles with the Temperance. And with that, I was also thinking how that was like a leveling up. Not only did you deal with it as with the mastery and the embodiment of the Queen of Cups, but you also dealt with it with the grace of this angelic, divine transformational process, which is an alchemical process of the water being poured between the cups. It's this refinement of the bloodline I'm getting here, thinking of the Holy Grail and the Grail being the cup and the bloodline, Mary Magdalene, and also the cup being literally the womb that carries the soul into manifest form, this refining process. And I see here like this third eye really wide awake. So this is, not only have you managed to navigate these things with grace, but you've also done it with the skill of an angel. And that's why the judgment, the clarion call is being called. There's real angelic support and celebration here. I'm seeing this as huge celebration. I hope I don't have to get some stickers for that. So yeah, that is what your vision quest has been about. Those are the areas that you've been navigating. That's what this is focused on. And those are the skills and the talents and the wisdom and the experience gained that are going to assist you on your main paths going forward and being in your flow. So, vision quest. Okay. Yeah, this is being in your strength. It is her humility and grace that allows her to be able to place her hand in the lion's mouth. You can't just rock up and stick your hand in a lion's mouth. She has overcome the wild beast within, which is why she is able to tame the beast without. She has overcome that base self, and that is purity of heart, which she wears the white of purity, and it is the mastery of self and of, therefore, external elements. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, and I'm taking from this, which popped up in an earlier reading in this series, I'm taking this as having found a way to filter through. So taking that which is nourishing and good from childhood and from past memories, and letting that nourish you and nourish your heart. Yeah. And okay, these are the lessons that you've been learning, embodying in more detail detail, strengthening of boundaries. So yes, you can have an open and loving heart and fond memories and happy times and good times from the past, but you still have strong boundaries, and you know, just won't take any shit, which is neither does the Queen of Swords. And I like that these are the feminines that are being embodied here. This is really pointing to this feminine power that's really leveled up. Clarity of mind, enabling that wish fulfillment, which actually is about being, I mean, the Fool is, I don't know, it's underrated, but it's just one of the loveliest energies in the deck, because it's that capacity to trust and step out, which is what starts which is what starts the adventure of life. And so often in life we do have to start again, and we do have to embrace that Fool energy. It's like the beginner mind, but there's so much vibrancy in that. And that energy, oh God, and I think I said it in the original card, is what I'm seeing here in the Vision Quest. It's like she's embodying this Fool energy. It's almost a perfect mirroring. So I'm seeing this as a full cycle with the divine feminine now ready to step out into these many paths with this Fool energy. Gosh, that's beautiful. Yeah, knowing your strength, an open heart with good boundaries, not taking any nonsense. Stepping out into the flow of life. Bottom of the deck, King of Pentacles. Yeah, because that's what you're headed towards. That's what you're aiming for. Your abundance, health, wealth, happiness. How long have we been going? I think this may have... No, it's still going. Yeah, so we wanted to do a deep dive on this. We've got a lot of information with the 4 cuts and divisions of the deck, which is why I love doing that. Is there anything else that we need to know about this Vision Quest, or what are the... So this is what I really like about the Fool. It's a bit like, you know, he's got his satchel, he's got his feather in his cap, he's got his white rose, got these lovely great big sleeves, he's got his dog at his side, this beautiful, he's got the white of the purity underneath here on the heart chakra and the throat chakra, and then the body is carrying this rose. Thinking of the rose line, Mary Magdalene, sacred bloodline. So he's got his bag of tricks, right? He's got his tools set out, and I'm seeing her here free with her wings liberated. I'm seeing a crescent moon on her hip here, which is beautiful. This full embodiment of self and joyful expression of self. What else do we need to know about this vision card, or what we've gained from this vision card that we had taken for this Vision Quest? What else do we need to know about this Vision Quest? What needs to be seen? Okay. What else? Okay. What else? Okay. Yeah, and these were just there. Again, that's just acknowledging that you've handled the sneaky shit and the competition with here, the again, like a queen. This time the very grounded Queen of Pentacles. So the Vision Quest has been about using your conscious will. The Lovers is about that decision point. And it's interesting that it's sort of very, you know, the artwork mirrors that of the Devil card, whereas there's the Devil and then there's chains with 2 people, and the people are much smaller. This is about people stepping into using their free will, which instantly dissolves the chains and liberates. And again, you see this 3, divine sacred feminine, divine sacred masculine, and this holy union, which is the 3rd aspect. Yeah. Okay. Isn't it funny? There's so many major arcanas here already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana. You can't underestimate how powerful that is. I'm getting that the vision quest has been like this. Whatever started it and sparked it off, however long ago it was, whether it was weeks ago, whether it was months, years, decades ago, there was something that came in that was news that sparked you off, that kind of lit a fire under you. And you realised you could start choosing yourself, choosing love, choosing consciously how you wanted to live your life. And, you know, that's a beautiful thing. That's something to be celebrated. This is the most joyful, happy, celebrating card in the deck. And we're also coming into Leo season. It is the ruler of the lion heart. And we have here the high priestess, of course, who knows how to go within. So we have the sun and the moon. It's almost like these are sort of, the energies of these are so powerful and so obvious. I'm going to see what the side thing here is with this 8 of Wands. What is this about? Yeah, okay. I guess I did mention it, so. Okay. I don't know, just stuff dropped. So yeah, I mean, I went and had to say it, didn't I? Say about how the imagery of the Lovers card is similar to the Devil card, and there you can see, you know, two people, they're there of their own free will, their own choice, which is why the Lovers card is about decision. And these people here are bound, okay? They're chained, which suggests lack of free will. So in terms of this card, I feel that for someone, there's several different stories here, but I feel for someone, something unpleasant, or even an awareness about oneself and one's life choices, kind of was like a wake-up call, which set the journey for this vision quest, and is kind of what started this process. For others, it may have actually just literally been bad news, or even just hearing from someone that you may consider toxic. Or even messages from your higher self saying, you know, wake the F up, get out of these toxic patterns, which preceded this beginning of this journey, this vision quest. I was also just sort of shuffling and flipping, and that's what on the ground, the 3 of Pentacles as well, and the 1 of Pentacles. Again, 2 stories. It could be that someone came in and offered something that wasn't that great, and this is what made you start to question things, which is what the Gemini card is. The Gemini is curious, right? It questions things, and then make different choices. Or it could have been a group of people that you're working with that perhaps was a bit of a toxic environment. Again, set you off to questioning things. Or what I'm getting as another alternative is that through this process of seeing, you know, messages from your higher self, seeing that there's, you know, toxic stuff you still got to clean up. That is what led you to this gift of working on yourself and doing this vision quest of light and shadow integration. Yeah, on the bottom of the deck, divine justice. So it's sort of saying this is dealt with now. Don't feel that just because this came up, it's still lingering. I asked why this was here, as in the past tense, and this is why. Okay, I asked why the Eight of Wands was here, and this is why. So do not feel that this showing up is a bad sign. It's justice has already been dealt with, so that's clean. That was simply to answer the why. Okay, why that showed up. Yeah, justice is dealt with. Anything now coming in is a new, clean, fresh love, fresh energy. The cycle of whatever the devil was is closed and complete, is done. That's dealt with, that's in the past. You're on a new trajectory now. So don't worry about taking that forward. You don't have to take the devil stuff forward, and you don't have to worry about whether or not you are. Okay. I hope that's making sense. And I think I'm going to wrap that up there for now. So powerful stuff. And, you know, listen again if you need to take some of that information in, because I know a lot sometimes comes through and downloads very intensely. So, yeah, maybe just watch it again, but slowly. And catch up with you soon. Thanks for being here. Feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts. Let me know what resonated. It would be good to hear which bits are connecting and who they're connecting for. Okay, be well, take care, catch up soon.